in 21, despite the general downturn that was experienced by most sectors, the value of gross turnover from the food and drinks processing industry was estimated to have increased to 3.7 billion. Now, that's a large figure, but there's still potential for further increase, and it really comes from two key factors. The first is the growth in the global population, expected to increase by an additional 1 billion by 2030 and 2 billion by 2050. So there's a great many new mouths to feed. The second aspect is the continuing westernization of diets. The move towards meat and dairy, the very products that we produce so well here. So that increasing demand and that increasing change towards those kind of diets certainly places the agri-food industry in the north in a good position. But as well as demonstrating potential for the future, the sector has also been delivering growth in the present. Between 2007 and 2010, employment in food and drink processing increased by 6%. Gross sales in the food and drinks processing sector grew by 8.3% in 2010 alone. And 70% of these sales went to export markets outside the north. We have some 55,000 people employed as farmers, farm workers and employees in the food and drinks processing industry, contributing about 6% of total employment. Between 2007 and 2010, when the economy as a whole here lost 12,000 jobs, the food and drinks processing sector, in contrast, created an additional 1,100 jobs. So we want this growth in output and employment in the industry to continue. This, of course, won't be possible without the investment of companies in the sector, which in turn relies on finance from banks like the Bank of Ireland. The Minister would like to pay tribute to the Bank of Ireland for their continued support for the rural sector. The announcement of the new 50 million Agri Business Investment Fund will be of great interest to many in rural areas, as it will give the opportunity for upgrading of farm buildings, purchasing land and stock, farm diversification projects and investment in agri-food businesses. Alongside the launch of the new fund, the Minister is also encouraged to see that the bank has announced a new dedicated agribusiness package current account, and that a new Agri manager, William Thompson, who I met earlier on, has been appointed here in a role that is dedicated to delivering the bank's growth ambitions in this sector. So on behalf of the Minister, I would like to wish William well in his new role. And I hope that his work will complement the support provided by DARD and other government departments to the agri-food sector. Now, many of you may have heard, if you took the time over the weekend to read in depth the Programme for Government, as I'm sure many of you did, that the Executive has recently agreed a Programme for Government target to develop an agri-food strategy. This is a very positive development and demonstrates recognition right across the Executive of the importance of the sector to the economy. The key in all of this, of course, is to grasp the opportunities that lie ahead. And in this regard, the work of a new Food Strategy Board will be instrumental in reaching a shared plan for export-led growth. The board will be made up of government and industry representatives, and it will have an independent chair. The Food Strategy Board's task will be to develop a long-term strategy, similar to the Harvest 2020 strategy currently being implemented in the South, to which Mark referred. This new long-term strategy will build on our current focus on food strategy published last year. And the Minister very much wants to see industry as a driving force that will take this strategy forward, supported, of course, by government. Now, obviously, this requires a team effort, and the Minister will continue to work with the industry alongside colleagues in Dept, InvestNI and Dell. I'm sure you'll all agree that the agri-food industry is an exciting and challenging place to be at present. The opportunities and challenges that we all face make it a rewarding and innovative sector to work in. And it's very encouraging that the importance of food and the importance of the farming industry is now becoming recognised in the wider context of our economy. Realising the potential of the agri-food sector will require real partnership between government and industry. And it's the Minister's hope that this will be realised through the Food Strategy Board when it's established in the new year. Today's event and the previously announced 50 million Agri Business Investment Fund augur well for this partnership and will help to provide a strong foundation on which the agri-food sector can grow and prosper.